Hey, 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 everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to When Destiny Needs an Intervention virtual book launch. Yes, I am so excited to be here. I am your host, Crystal Cunningham, also known as the Crystal Clear Strategist for Visionary Authors and the CEO of Crystal Clear Communications and Consulting. We are about to get this book launch started. Just stay tuned, and I'll be right back with you momentarily with the visionary author herself, Dr. Shayna D. Lewis. It's my time. It's time to party, y'all. It's time to party. Yes, it's your time. Come on, visionary. Come on, visionary. Yes, this is the infamous extraordinaire Dr. Shayna D. Lewis. Now, welcome. I'm so excited for you, Dr. Shayna. Yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Come on in. It just be fabulous, okay? So,
oh my goodness.
How do you feel? Let me just ask you that. How do you feel right now?
Crystal, I don't even have words. And I talk a lot. So this is a lot to make me speechless. I don't have words. I am just so full. I am overwhelmed with just gratitude. It's just breathtaking and takes my breath away. Just how much to be at this moment. Like I don't even have words. It is just so it's amazing. It is amazing. And I'm so grateful. And I feel honored to be in this position to work with so many fabulous women. I mean, ladies, I can't wait for y'all to meet them. They are so awesome. And what they have been able to do has been beautiful.
Yes. Y'all have done an amazing job. I'm telling you, y'all have done an amazing job. So this is our visionary here. Once again, Dr. D. Shayna Lewis. Okay. She is going to come back with the co-authors. And we're going to come back in here. So just give us a minute, all right? But I wanted to introduce you to the visionary herself so you can see her. You look so beautiful. Let me just say that, okay? You are. Come on. Did you come through? Yes, thank you, girl. Hot up in your red, okay? Just looking hot. Yes, you surely did. You brought it, okay? We'll be right back with the extraordinary co-authors, okay? So stay tuned. Wow. Here we go. Hello. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, everybody. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Y'all know how it is, right? You know, it's technology and all the rest of that. So just work with us tonight, okay? Let's just keep it real. Just keep it real. Technology sometimes don't want to be our best friend, but you know we're going to make our friend tonight, okay? All right. We're going to make it our friend. So before we get started and I go into the introduction and you can see their names up on the screen, but before we get into all of that, what I'm going to ask you before we get started, I'm going to ask you to do me a big favor, okay? I need you to tag 5 of your friends and aspiring authors to the event right now. I need you, those of you that's in the audience, I need you to tag five. I know I got two fingers, two hands up, so I'm just gonna say add an extra five in there, okay? Add an extra five. Tag someone, okay? Tag five people. Share the broadcast with your followers. So everyone that's on, I'm asking you as you are viewing this right now, everybody go ahead and let's share this out because we do want everyone to see what is happening here about this movement, this phenomenal moment, so everybody just go ahead and share it out, okay? The next thing I'm going to ask you to do, if just in case some people, because I get it, some people don't always want you to tag them, well, drop their name in the feed. So go ahead, everybody that's on, drop their names in the feed. If you know someone that should be here, someone that will really gain some value from this, go ahead and share it out once again with five of your friends. I want you to share it with share the broadcast followers anyone names in the post. So let's all go ahead and do that because I'm gonna do it myself as well. So everybody that's here, let's make sure that we are sharing this out right now. Okay. Make sure we are sharing this out and make sure that we are tagging some people on to come into the broadcast with us. Okay. Because let me tell you something. You're not gonna want to miss this conversation tonight. Okay. This is a real candid conversation. Okay. When I say candid conversation, it's gonna be candid. We ain't sharing all the juices. Okay. You gotta buy the book for that. All right. You gotta buy
That part, yes.
it at the bottom. It's going across the screen. So you're gonna have to share. I mean, you're gonna have to purchase the book, but we're gonna give you a little bit what's up in here, okay? So let's get this thing started. All right. So hold on just for 1 second. Um, as you can see, I have one amazing visionary author once again, and I'm going to just keep because she's amazing. She's extraordinary. That's actually she has the extraordinary woman's movement, and it's for a reason. Okay, so I would like to the way I would like to do this is I'm going to ask um, the visionary herself to tell us a little bit about the book When Destiny Needs an Intervention and about the movement. So tell us a little bit about the book and then tell us a little bit about yourself, Dr. Shayna.
Oh, Crystal, where do I begin? Right? There's so much to be said about this book, about me. Well, allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Shayna. I am an executive wellness coach and a destiny interventionist, and I equip high achieving professional women who are stressed out and overwhelmed due to lack of self care to fill her cup first so she can serve from her overflow. I believe if mama ain't right, ain't nobody right. And everything I do is to make sure my sisters are okay. And so during the pandemic, one of the things that I really became aware of is we were struggling, right? Like we was on struggle bus. We was living in a foreign land, felt like everybody didn't know what to do. And so I am a licensed professional counselor by training. And so it's in my blood to be in a place of helping. And what I figured out was I needed a tribe myself because feeling like you're on an island by yourself is really not where you want to be in the middle of a crisis. So I literally created the Your Extraordinary Life Network in the middle of the pandemic. And it was for the precise purpose to build community around all of the struggles we were dealing with in the midst of all that craziness. So inside of that, I made a lot of connections with women from all over the country. And as part of those connections, I started hearing stories, Crystal. And I'm talking about some amazing stories. So every couple of weeks, we had a segment called the YXL Takeover. And I would interview a woman inside of the group. And those stories were absolutely amazing. And I'm like, you know what? These stories are just so powerful. And I kept asking the women I was interviewing, have you thought about writing a book? Have you put this somewhere? Because this story is so powerful. And what I wanted them to understand was these stories aren't just for you, because our stories are about us, absolutely. But I know they are not for us. And I really, really wanted to find a way, Crystal, to help women on a greater scheme and giving these stories to the world. And so the When Destiny Needs an Intervention, the anthology was born out of my desire to share powerful stories of women with each other so that we can help each other get through these difficult times. Now we still in the pandemic, so that's not over, but we still here. We got a lot to celebrate. We got a lot of life to live. We done been through some things, but we better together than we are alone. And that is what this journey has been about. Us doing this together and not alone. So I have the pandemic to thank for this project. Honestly, I do. Many of us look at the pandemic like, why would we be thinking? It was a gift that many of us didn't even know we needed. Now, I'm not saying a whole lot of stuff happened that we would have rather not happen. Absolutely. There's a lot of stuff that did occur in the pandemic that did not feel good, but it had a lot to offer if we went to look for it. And I chose to take the gift that it offered and turn it into something that's this beautiful. Do you see this flood of red on this screen? Like I am.
Look
And
at
if anybody knows me, all this red is really about to blow my head up. Like it is a lot. It is just overwhelming. But that's how we got here. That's how we got here.
Okay, so what I heard was, guess what? Beautiful things can come out of bad situations.
Ooh, yes, they can.
You know, most of the time we don't think that way or we don't see things that way. And that's really what y'all story is really saying to everyone. There was a situation, but guess what? There was something good that came out of it. And myself included have had that kind of story, had that situation as well. And one of the other things you said, we are better together.
Yes, we
better
are.
together.
Yes,
But
we are.
let's talk a little bit about that because I know a lot of times, you know, they say Black women can't work together. And let's talk about this project. So we're gonna get into all of that because I think that's very important for a lot of people to understand, you know, when it comes to working together. And y'all was working together. We were working, I came in for 6 months. I think altogether it was 8 months that y'all was
It has been 8 months.
still together. So
yeah, we still together.
hello, people. So
Yes.
that lets you know that we can do this. Okay. So anytime someone tells us that we can't, you know, here's your evidence. Here is your evidence with all of these amazing, and you know what I love about all of y'all? Everyone is leaders. Everyone is, like you said, high professional women. So, you know, that right there, most of the time they say we can't because of, you know, we're leaders within our own right. We have our own space. So it's kind of hard to work together, but y'all did an amazing job. I'm very proud of you all. So let's get into this even a little bit more because I'm loving these beautiful faces here. Let me tell y'all, okay, for the audience, I love a beat face. I love a that look good, and all of them look good. So I'm just gonna shout them out. They look fabulous. All right.
Yes.
They look fabulous. So let's get into this. So we have Miss Lisa Evans and Christine, and then we have Alicia, we have Javon, we have Miss Patricia, we have Miss Janiqua. I'm going to start off with you, Miss Lisa. I'm going to start off with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, Krista, one of the amazing things that I do, I'm a real estate broker. I'm not just a real estate agent. I have my own company. And I'm also a notary and I protest taxes. So when I say my load is full, my load is full. Now I can add author, which is amazing.
Yes.
So I'm a author.
Yes, that is awesome. She said broker. She said she wanted to make that very clear with all of us tonight. Okay, broker. It's the different than being an agent. Okay, that speaks volumes, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. That we can make such an influence and impact in this world. So the next person I'd like to hear from is Miss Christina. Tell us a little bit about yourself as well and what you do.
Well, good evening. I'm super excited to be here. Let's see a little bit about myself. I originate from Corpus Christi, Texas, but I'm residing here in the H-town. Okay, I'm Cowboys loving, so don't my boys, but I'm still here representing that H-town. I am a civil engineer by degree from that University Prairie View A&M, yes, and I work as an operations lead at Chevron.
Okay, okay. I'm telling you, these ladies are amazing.
Coming in hot, Crystal. Coming in hot.
They coming in real hot, real hot. I'm telling you, they got that red on for a reason, okay? Got the red on for a reason. So I see Miss Alicia down here. Talk to us, Miss Alicia. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from Hot Springs, Arkansas, but I've been in Houston for a long time. I'm an oil and gas accountant, and I recently got my APA, so I'm an accredited petroleum accountant now. And I'm just happy to be here, excited about sharing and talking with all these ladies. I also sing in my church choir, just a little something that I like to do on the side. That's it.
Right, okay, we got a music artist up in here. Okay. I get your autograph, sister, just in case you know. I need that autograph. Okay. Now, Miss Javon, how are you? Tell the people
Hi.
what you do.
Okay, so I have a Bachelor of Science in Sociology. I'm a new mom. Welcome to the Mom Club. I'm currently working on a YouTube channel, so be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
And I work in law enforcement. So yeah.
Okay. Let's get on our best behavior, okay?
Right.
That girl on the low, but okay, I'm gonna be good today. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, listen. The next woman I'm going to introduce now, this woman right here, Miss Patricia. Come on. She is fire. Okay, come on.
Well, good evening. And thank you so much, Krista, for saying that I am on fire, because I absolutely am. I am a licensed professional counselor. I have my own practice, Sunrise Professional Counseling and Consulting Services here in Houston. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, moved to Dallas, Texas, and then moved to Houston to be a hands-on grandmother. So that is one thing I am so proud of, is my grandchildren and being their grandmother.
Okay. No, she's being really mild right now, y'all.
Believe
Oh,
that.
fire, okay? Real mild right now. Everybody could attest to that right there. Hey, Janiqua, so I will come to you.
Krista, I'm trying to be on my best behavior today because we have guests in the house.
Oh, okay. We got company. We putting on a show for company. Okay, I got it.
Talk to us, Janiqua. How are you this evening?
I am fabulous. Why not be fabulous on a Sunday evening? My name is Janiqua Eldridge, and I am here in North Texas. I am a woman of God, a mother of 2 fabulous sons, and a wife to my fabulous husband for 22 years. I am also a corporate strategist, trainer, and coach. I specialize in strengths, where I help people to bring their best self to every space that they show up every single day.
Okay. Look, I'm telling you, listen, I can't wait till y'all get to her story, for real. When you get to her story, y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready, but y'all better get ready, for real. So with that being said, I'm gonna want to ask you, Alicia. Let's get this started. So if you're ready for they have some questions, and I think that one of the things that we need to do is make sure that the subscribers, the viewers, are getting their questions answered this evening. So one of the things that they wanted me to ask you, Alicia, was, first of all, tell us what the name of your chapter is, and give us just a one-word description of it. And the next thing was, did you ever feel overwhelmed during the process of the anthology? And how did you conquer this feeling?
Well, the name of my chapter is The Call, and it's about overcoming. And I definitely felt overwhelmed during this process, but I knew it was going to be a challenge for me, so that's why I wanted to do it. because my whole mission now is to become comfortable in the uncomfortable. And I had to put my money where my mouth is. So this was a big test for me. And I'm so proud to be on this journey. And I just told myself every day to push through, push through, push through. I've, like in the past, I have been challenged and I have quit. I've been a quitter and I said, no more. No more quitting. No more running away. Push through, see it to the end. And what's on the other side is usually pretty good.
Well, there you have it. I mean, she said that she used to be a quitter at one time. How many of us can identify with that? I know I can. I've quit so many things. I've given up on so many things, and never really followed through things. That was one of the things that actually kept me in that position as well. So that is going to, I mean, when I tell you this story, her story is just going to be a blessing to you. It really is. So who is your story for? Let me ask you that. Who is your story for? If you had a group of a group to put your story in, who would the story be for?
I think it's for the woman who is missing something in her life. It's for the woman who's lived a little bit of life. She may have a good job, good career, family, friends, but something's missing. Something's just tugging at her. And then it's just, she doesn't know exactly what it is. And that's how I felt. I had friends, I had family, I had a job, but I felt stagnant. I felt like I wasn't moving forward in a real substantial way. And I felt like my life had just become a routine. And I didn't really know what to do or where to go or how to fix it. And actually the pandemic, getting involved with Dr. Shayna and some friends of mine, I've been able to turn my life around. And I started that before, but this has just been another thing in that journey of turning my life around and just, moving forward. And I want my latter days to be better than my former days. Oh. And so that's what it's about for me.
Come on. She said she wants her latter days to be better than her former days. How many of you in the audience want the same thing as well? And even us in here, we want the same thing. That's why we're on this journey. That's why we doing what we're doing. We are like, I love that Adrian said, push through. Like, listen, how many of us want that? We want that. I have a girlfriend that says that all the time. She loves that scripture. Now, this is something I'm going to ask you because I had the opportunity to work with you with your story. So I'm going to ask you this question. What does living out loud mean to you? Tell me a little bit about that. Let's talk to the audience and tell the audience a little bit about what that means.
Living out loud means showing up. But really, for me personally, living out loud means getting off my couch. Because I could be on my couch with my food and the TV and my dog, and I could be good. But there's like a whole world out there. And for the first time, I really want to be part of it. So living out loud for me, getting up off my couch, getting out there.
Wait, hold up. She wanted to get off the couch. She wanted to show up.
Yeah.
Somebody put that in the feed. Hashtag show up. Hashtag show up. Because it's time to show up in your life. Yes. Oh my God, that was so good. That was so good. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That was so good. I had to. No.
But that's really what it means for me, showing up and experiencing life. That's what it means for me. And life is more for me than just work. It's about getting out there, serving, volunteering, family. It's just about, whatever that is for you, and it's different for different people. But I needed to get off my couch. And so that's what I've set out to do. And that's what I've been doing. So
if any woman is out there that's been sitting on the couch, sitting on the fence, sitting somewhere, just sitting, wherever you're sitting, you can help them. You're the lady to help them, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I want to go to Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia. Yes. Fire. Okay. Tell us a little bit about your chapter, what the name of your chapter is. Tell us Why did you write this story? Tell us what the name of your chapters and why did you write this story?
Oh, thank you for asking that, Crystal. The name of my chapter is I Am Not My Grief. And the reason I wrote this is because grief has been the most thing has impacted my life recently. And I thought writing this, I hopefully will be able to help someone to learn to overcome and manage their grief and to live a happy life, a peaceful, joyful life, even in the light of having bad and ugly things, unfortunate things that happen to you. And grief is more than just death. It's other things that you can grieve. You can grieve loss of a job. You can grieve illness. You can even grieve when your children all grow up and leave the house. Really?
Say that part, Miss Patricia, because I think a lot of people, you're going to bless a lot of women right there, a lot of parents, a lot of moms, and it's a lot of single mothers that, don't understand that that's a part of grieving when their children leave, the emptiness. Talk to us a little bit more about that. That's so deep. That's so deep. I wish somebody would have told me that when my daughter went off to college, that I would have that grieving. I didn't know what was going on, but talk to us a little bit more about that.
So we can grieve many things and not knowing, like you just said, what it is. We're not calling it that. And we think that we only can grieve when there is death. But of course, death is very important and it's very, very hard sometimes to go through. And so when I decided to write this, that is what I was thinking of. I had a hard time for a lot of things that happened in my life. And being a therapist, I thought I had all the answers because I could give other people the answers, but I couldn't give them to myself. So that was very, very difficult. And so, and I had to do something about that. So I felt like writing this would be able to help someone else, other women that are suffering through the same thing and need to know that there is hope and there is life out beyond that.
I love that part right there that you said there's life after grief.
Yes.
A lot of people are sitting in it for years and don't believe that, that they feel guilty about actually living their life and having fun and enjoying life after, whether it's a death of, a person or, the pink slip that you might get that could 20 years and stuff like that. So you think that, that they punish themselves. So you're going to be able to really help a lot of people with that. I'm when I tell you it's serious, when I left corporate after 20 years, I was grieving. I didn't know that, but you're going to really be able to help a lot of people. So Miss Lisa, let's come to you. I want to come to you and talk to you about your story. Tell us the name of your chapter as well, and a little bit about it.
The name of my chapter is The Knockout. So everybody get ready for the knockout. But my story is centered around domestic violence. And in my story, I'm showing the courage that I had to stand and get up and say, we all may fall down, but I didn't stay down. I got up. It will help women be encouraged to move forward and rise past what they're going through, because you don't have to stay there.
And this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So when I tell you this is like the greatest time for us for the book release here, we're going to be able to, once again, I'm just going to keep saying it. This story is for right now. They're not for they're for right now, real situations. And I love that y'all were brave enough and bold enough to release that. Domestic violence is something that a lot of women walk around with shame, they don't want to talk about it or anything like that. They don't want to talk about it. So how was the project for you? Talk about the project. Tell us a little bit about your experience with the anthology.
Oh my God, this project has been so amazing. I mean, working with You and Dr. Shayna has just it brought me so much joy having. I was nervous in the beginning because I wasn't a writer, but now you make me feel like I can write anything.
Yes.
This process was so, I mean, you streamlined it, Crystal. You helped guide us. There were things we didn't understand that you had us doing. But in the end, we see how it all came alive and it worked out for the good of all of us. And it helped us women also share some things with each other that you normally wouldn't have the space to share it and learn about one another. So this journey has been a truly amazing. Dr. Shayna, you and Crystal have been, just an inspiration in my life to help me stand and help me become the woman God created me to be.
Come on, Dr. Shayna. You got something to say to that. I know.
Listen, I was sitting over here like I'm just soaking it all up, Crystal, because it's just so good. But I want you to know, Lisa, and every other woman on this project, while I showed up to serve, I want you to know that y'all served me so beautifully. Like was filled with your courage, with your vulnerability, your willingness to be authentic. And for some of you, sharing things you ain't told nobody out loud, and to pin it in this so transparent way. I'm telling you, I sit in awe at the feet of all of you, because the power that is in the pages of this anthology is so powerful that it will literally change somebody's life. And for that, I am grateful to have been a part of your journey, to get to the place where you can share in that mighty, mighty way. I thank God for the opportunity for us to all sit in this space. And that's the other thing that has tied us all so well together, is that spiritual component. Because we will pray in a room so tough, won't we? Folks don't even understand. This is a Christian anthology. You're talking about some daughters of the Most High King sitting here in front of you, and we don't do anything without him. And this process has just been beautiful. So I have gained tremendously from each of you. So I appreciate your words, but know that you gave to me as much as I gave to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to ask everyone over here that is joining us, don't forget to tag, share, and invite somebody to this to this book launch right now, because can't you see how valuable it is and how rich it is and how much is needed for this time right here. Dr. Shayna, I just want to ask you, okay, so let me just jump over here to you really quickly. What how has this project impacted you? Just let's go there a little bit more. How has this project impacted you?
So deeply, right? So I am a licensed professional counselor. So this is what I do, right? Is I help people. But this is different because this is what I be. I hope y'all understand. I know I'm splitting verbs and all whatever. So my English teacher don't get upset. But what I do is help people. But what I be is in this space with women who are just like me. And I can show up as myself and I can tell my story in truth while I sit with her as she tells her story in truth. I have been in this space, like literally this whole process. I think I've cried more tears, Crystal, not tears of sadness, but tears of connection. Sometimes we get so in the, and if there's a woman out here, let me know that I'm not out here by myself. Well, we get so busy doing that we really don't stop to be. And when I know I'm being is when I'm connected like my tears flow when I'm showing up in my being and not my doing. And it is in this project that I've been able to do that. Penning the words of my chapter had me in tears. And I mean, every single time I went back to write more, I was like, Lord, have mercy. I didn't know this was still in here like this. But it opened up a piece. And so my vulnerability has absolutely grown. And I know it's a superpower. And I know it yields so many other things, because when you release some stuff and you're vulnerable enough, you can then receive the things that God has for you. And I know that there's so much to be gained, and not just things you can touch, right? There's so much intangible gains that this project has to give to all of us. And any woman who reads these pages will be gifted as well too. So I'm a changed woman. I'm different. I'm not I'm being, honey. That's the transformation, the evolution that is Dr. Shayna. This project has made me be versus do. And I'm grateful for that. So grateful for that, Crystal.
Come on. Can somebody just hashtag B? Somebody just hashtag B right now. I mean, B, okay? B. Be in the moment. I love that. You said that you had to stop and be, because we are busy bees. We are moving and doing all kind of stuff, but we don't stop to really just embrace the present. Oh my gosh, listen, hashtag B, okay?
Yes.
B, okay, that's it right there. And so I want to ask you another question as well. Why the anthology now? Why now? Why now?
You know what? And I say, why not now? Right? What we know for sure is that tomorrow is not promised. All we have is right now. And I really work, Crystal, for me, the other piece of all the things that I do. And if anybody knows me, you follow me, y'all see Dr. Shayna, here she go again. Here she go again. Like, I always got something going on. But know that I am directed and I listen for my instructions. I am an obedient child. And when God calls me into a space, I'm like, yes, sir. So my calling upon this project was to give voice to women so that they can help save another one. Because if her voice is mute and silent, the sister who needs to be saved doesn't even know there's a saving that she has an opportunity to tap into, because she didn't get to hear the story that the sister that went through it and God brought her out to know that she too can come out of hers. So I had to be an obedient child. I don't like whoopings, Crystal. I never have. And so I say, when I'm told what to do, I listen. I listen. So now had to be the time. When he placed me in all of these places like the pandemic, I already know God allowed those things to occur so that we could slow down enough to be. I understand that was what he was doing for me, because I was running on 100 miles an hour, no brakes and no gas. He said, girl, sit down. I'm trying to tell you to sit down. It's something I need you to see. I need you to hear. I need you to be. And you can't be and run around. So he had to sit us all down to answer whatever the call was that he placed in our life. So now was the appointed time, because I was instructed to do so. And I'm grateful. Like, I mean, I don't have words to truly express. Just, I wish there was another language that I could speak that has some other words that would express the fullness that's in my heart right now. I've been wanting to pass out for the last 8 months, really, but especially the last 2 weeks, I could have passed out several times. The last 3 days, I probably did pass out a few times. We all probably did. But why not now, Crystal? Why not now?
You're right. You said something. Tomorrow's not promised to us. If nothing else, the pandemic showed all of us that tomorrow is definitely not promised to us. And really, to be honest with you, even today.
Sure is.
Even right now today. So we got to do all that we can do while we have the ability, though our limbs is moving, we're able to get up and do what we're able to do, think in our right minds. We have to do it now. And one thing I love about each and every woman here, what they have shown themselves, number one, their families, number two, and the world that they're showing. They said, you know what? I'm tired of you fear. I'm tired of you doubt. I'm tired of you disbelief. I'm tired of you, and I'm going to move you out my way, and I'm going to execute even if I don't know everything. I'm going to trust God in this process. I'm going to trust Dr. Shayna. I'm going to trust Crystal in this process. They didn't even know me. They know Dr. Shayna, but they didn't even know me. They trusted, which I love that, that they trusted you enough to bring me into the picture to do what it is that you were seeing for each and every woman here. So that's powerful. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We can work together. We can do this. So you want to connect with Dr. Shayna. I'm telling you, want to connect with these ladies. You want to connect with them. So make sure you are ordering that book. Go to When Destiny Needs at Intervention.com. You can actually, everybody, I'm going to ask every author on here right now to drop your link in the chat over here, so these ladies could be purchasing your book, because yes, We are here at a book launch. So what we're going to do is help sell you the book. What you think? We here for a reason, to get you what you need so you can do what you need to do and be the next one in the next anthology, or move your needle along. Come on now. Listen. Hey, I told her, I said, when you hired me, honey, you got the real deal here. So we here to do the work. Okay. We here to get the work done. All right. So I want to talk to Miss Javon this evening. I'm going to talk to her really quickly. Listen, there was a question that came specifically for you, and it's good. So tell us a little bit of the name of your chapter as well. But the question was, what made you share the need to share your story now?
Hi. Okay, so the name of my chapter is No More Settling. And what made me want to tell my story now is because there are so many women in society that are settling. And the reason that they are settling is because they're letting society define them.
Oh.
And tell them what defines them as a woman. And we need to get to a point in our lives where we say, no, I'm going to decide what defines me as a woman. If I want to be a mom, I'll be a mom. If I want to be a wife, I'll be a wife. If I want to be a career woman, I'll be a career woman, and so forth. So in my chapter, I tell how I tell my journey. I tell my journey, how I got to that point. And people are not going to believe what I've been through.
Now, y'all know y'all gonna have to order this book because we ain't giving out all the juice. Y'all, like, listen, I told them, don't come over here telling all the juice. I told them before we got, I said, look at here. Don't come in here spilling all the juice, okay? I'm telling you right now, Dr. Shayna said she don't like to be in trouble, but listen, they tell us juice tonight, they're gonna be in trouble
today.
Today, right now. But I love that you said that society has tried to define us women, and it really has in so many ways. And I love that you are taking this, you have taken this stand, and now you're going to be able to help other women do that. The next question I heard that came in for you was, how do you feel now that you're an author, and what's next for you?
Oh man, you know, I'm so thankful that Dr. Shayna helped us along this journey and led us to you, of course, because I've always wanted to do this, but I never found the time. I never made it a priority. And now, look, we've done it. Like, you know, so the next thing from here for me would be, I want to write another book. And I want to start a YouTube channel. And I want to start speaking at engagements and encouraging other women who have been through things that I've been through. I can't tell y'all everything. Y'all gotta buy the book.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. But and I really want y'all to hear what she said. She's a mom. She has a profession, okay? But she found time to make it happen. Mm-hmm. And whatever you want, you'll find time for it, whatever it is. So one of the things that we're trying to help you to do is to eliminate the excuses of why you can't do it. I mean, we work with your schedule. Dr. Shayna was really good with coming up with a great schedule that was complementing everyone's work schedule and what everything that everybody had going on. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but you can get this done. And you have a blueprint that's going to help you and everything. And we have everything for you to get this done in a timely manner. But I want to go to Christine now. Come on with that story. Come on with that story. Tell us a little bit about that story.
Oh, well, you want to know about my secret life of chicken? Is that what you asking about? First of all, you don't have to buy the book. to get the full details of that secret life of chicken. Let me just say this here though. It's not your ordinary chicken, okay?
It's not the ordinary chicken. It's
It's
not
not your ordinary chicken.
it's not that crispy chicken that
I
we
mean, come on. It wouldn't be worth writing about if it was your ordinary chicken. So, this chicken got a little spice to it. So,
got a little kick to it. It
a
got a little
little
kick
kick.
to it.
More than Frenchies, Christine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. More than the Frenches, the Popeyes, the churches. Yeah.
All of them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. So let Dr. Shayna, do you have something that you would like to kind of include on Christine and ask her maybe about her journey with you?
Yes, because I've known Christine prior to this project. So I am curious, Christine, what was the most surprising part of this journey with me, this group? Because this is a group project, right? We didn't do this in isolation. We weren't on an island. We were all in this community together. What surprised you the most?
I think what's surprising is that we tend to think that we live in this little bubble and we're the only ones going through certain situations. And as I started to hear bits and pieces of all my beautiful sisters' stories, I was like, I can relate to that. Wait, hold on.
Mhm.
Okay, I've been where she been. I can like there were bits and pieces of all of our stories that just kind of they were relatable, and it was like we're all connected in some certain sort of way. So my sisters, we are not in this alone. Your struggles are not your own. I mean, we share commonality. Now your struggle may not be chicken like mine, but you can insert whatever struggle you have
Mhm.
into that, right? It's
Mhm.
relatable. Like you can put it on any level. And once we started working together, ooh, the power that is coming from healing, right? I mean, it was surprising how healing it is to write things down, and really face it, like that handwritten word, and really facing
Mhm.
and looking at and then releasing it. The release that I got, Dr. Shayna, you done released a whole lot of stress.
Yes.
Like you just let the stress go. I was like, "Ooh, that was so wonderful and releasing." And then I think we all share that same anxiety, right? Like this was my story, my struggle. What's gonna happen when people find out? But you know what? Look, we ready. We here. Lisa, we here. Janiqua, we here. Patricia, we here. Javon, Alicia, we here. We ready. Whatever y'all got to say it, okay? Because we're here to help. We're really striving to
Oh,
help because we don't all need to be down there feeling bad. I talked about being rock bottom, right? Like feeling like I was rock bottom. And I mean, come on. Come on. You out there in Facebook land, YouTube
oh,
land. You ever been rock bottom? I mean, you know what
Mhm.
rock bottom feel like. When you down there and you think you by yourself?
come on.
Mhm.
Crystal. We wasn't by
Mhm.
ourselves. We just sat there by ourselves, but we didn't have to
Yes.
be by ourselves, right? There was so many people that could have pulled us out, that could have said, girl, we could have this intervention right here is to stop you before you get to your rock bottom. Okay. Just to
Mhm.
stop you. Because some of us get way too far, but we're here. And this is our opportunity maybe to stop the next sister from hitting that rock bottom.
Hmm. Yes, it is. Ooh, Christine, that is good. That is so, so good. You got folks in the comments talking about rock bottom. Crystal, we can't hear you. Hold on one second.
Oh,
Crystal, you have to unmute yourself. Somehow you got back on. You got on mute. There you go.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. See, that was nothing but the enemy. I
He
knew it.
tried it, but he don't win. He don't
I
win nothing
knew
this
it.
time. Cause we here. We here, like Christine say. We here.
yeah.
We in happiness right now. But I love that you said that. We feel that we were by ourselves, but we really don't have to be by ourselves.
Mhm.
No, you don't. And we all can identify with some sort of rock bottom. Whether it was financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it was, we can all identify with that. My goodness, you just took me there. I was like, wow, I remember it. Oh, geez. Yeah, but the trick is to make you feel like you are all alone and that you're by yourself. And you see these women come together and the work that they have put in. I'm telling you, listen, long hours, dedication. I just loved it. Showing up. They was like, Crystal, you gonna keep us here a little bit longer? Yes, we got more work to do. Yes, we are.
So did. We was like, we tired.
We here though. We here.
We got more work to do. Okay, Crystal.
We here now. Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
But it's been a really wonderful journey. I mean, I'm thankful for both of you. Like it's already been said. I mean, I don't think any of us could have imagined what we would personally get out of this, but it's been really wonderful. And I think for me, being able to release the shame. When we talk about, we don't want to talk about the devil wants you to sit in shame and guilt and hold on to that because that pulls you away from God. But God doesn't want you to sit in shame. I mean, he knew we was human. Look, the Lord knows what he got when he made Christine. Okay. He said, this child right here, yes, extra blessing. Yeah, we're going to have to pray. Yes, put all the source ahead. But he doesn't want you to sit in that shame. You got to let that shame go. So I'm really trying to reach those Christian women because, I used to wear that halo. Do I have it on today? I put that halo on, right? We all as Christian women put that halo on and act like we don't sin. We act like we don't sin, but you do sin. We all struggle with sin. I mean, the Bible talks about we all have sinned and fallen short. We needed God. We needed Jesus to be there for us. And when we realize that, then there's no need to hold on to the shame because you have to let that go so that you can get to the forgiveness. And then come on, sis, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. You got to help everybody else along the way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got me hyped. Let's go. Let's do it. Right?
Listen, she wide open. She cut up. All right, then I tell no, don't be cut up.
My bad. Let me.
Shayna, get your people.
Right, I can't even reel them in, Crystal. We here. It's our time to shine. Come through.
Yes, it is. But I'm going to slide over to Miss Janiqua. Come on, Miss Janiqua. Tell us what the name of your chapter is. Tell us a little bit about your story. Come on.
So the name of my chapter is I Got Mail. And it is a story about unmet needs in the workplace or unmet expectations in the workplace. And let me first say that I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to tell the story because it's a story that I know after I started writing it, like when I thought about it, I was like, I don't think anybody's going to be able to relate to this story. But then the more I started to write the story down, I'm like, okay, they're professional women that go in, day out, sick and tired, need to hear the story. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to do it. And it's about being resilient. And then the major thing, because the I Got Mail is, I mean, how many of us have had somebody try to tell us who we are and how we should show up? Someone sent me an email trying to tell me who Janiqua is and how Janiqua should show up. But I'm so grateful that I was in a position to where I knew myself. And I just want to implore every woman out there to know thyself. Because if you know yourself, then no one can tell you who you are and how you should show up in any space, in any place. And that's what was happening. That's what was happening with me in that space. It was, and for a minute, I'm going to have to say, I have to be completely transparent, it took a minute. Like, it took me back for a second. It took me a minute to kind of regroup and figure out, okay, how am I going to operate in this space, in this new thing? And something too that I think is important to understand is sometimes when you are in a situation that you feel like you can't change, sometimes it's not about changing the reality of the situation. Sometimes it's all about changing your perception of the situation so that you can show up differently. You can show up in a place of power. And that's what my story is about.
Well, I want to back up when she said, know thyself. Somebody put hashtag know thyself. Do we got some hashtags up in here with know thyself? Listen, because it's really about identity. You got to know who you are.
Absolutely.
You got to stand in your power. Come on, Janiqua.
You have to, because if you don't, they'll try to tell you who you are. Right? There's somebody out there willing and ready to tell you who you are. So if you don't know who you are, then you fall victim to whatever everybody else decides that you are, right? And you'll find yourself living your life trying to live up to the expectations of people who have identified you for you. Right? And so, and you'll never do that, right? You'll never live up to those expectations because those expectations come from an external place, right? They're not within you. They didn't come from you. So how are you going to live up to something that you didn't even create yourself? Right? Because you don't have that 360-degree view of it. And so that's the thing. And what happens is that when you put yourself in a position to where you are able to walk in your truth and who you are and knowing who you are, right? Then it frees you from all of the other things. And that's when you can become agile. That's when you can put yourself in a position to where you can become resilient. That's when you can put yourself in a position to where you're able to live your purpose no matter what's going on around you. Because then you're living from your space of truth. So that means it doesn't really matter what space I show up in. If I know who I am and I know what shows up when I show up in the space, then I'm there to fulfill the purpose that God has put in me, no matter what. No matter what you did, no matter what you said, no matter, no matter, right?
I'm gonna go get this book right now. I'm telling you,
baby.
I'm telling you, you better order them. I'm telling you right now. Because listen, this is good. And I know. I've written some books and I have some other co-authors and everything too. I know this is needed. Did you hear what she said? This is, you know why it's needed? Because I know right now, and it's actually, you can find it even on the news, talking about the workplace right now. How the workplace is becoming like, I'm just going to say it, it's like a moment of being an exodus, okay? That it really is. It really is. And I love that you were saying that you're sick and tired. You got to have that resilience. You got to have that resilience. Like, oh my God, if y'all don't go order this book right now,
yes. And I think it's so important too. I'm so glad, Crystal, that you brought up the exodus of the workplace. And you heard me say at the very beginning that I'm a corporate strategist and coach. And so I by no means am saying that everybody needs to exit the workplace because the world needs people to be at work, right? The infrastructure that happens, we need people to show up to work every day. But the thing that's important is that when you show up in that space, because the reason that I do what I do is because I believe that every single employee deserves a great place to work.
Yes.
But I also believe that every single corporation, organization deserves to have employees who know who they are so that when they show up, they're ready to participate in the mission and the purpose of the organization. So we need to have individuals that want to go to work. But the problem is that so many of us show up sick and tired of being sick and tired because the workplace has not caught up to understand that we have to put the people that show up for us every day in a position to give 110%. But in order for them to give 110%, you need to allow them to walk in their space of talent. You need to allow them to walk in their gift, right? They need to be able to show up 100% authentically. Because if I'm trying to be something other than who I am and who I'm purposed to be, then I'm not going to be able to give you what you need. And so what I'm really passionate about is me. If I know who I am, it doesn't matter what my employer is trying to tell me to be. Because I know how to occupy the space that I walk into. I know what walks in with me, and I know how to fill that space and give 110%. And you're not going to, I bet you one thing, you are never going to get a better Janiqua than what Janiqua is.
Come on.
And what she
Ever.
ever.
What she said right there. Right
Ever. Nobody can do Janiqua better than Janiqua.
Listen, with that being said, listen, that
period.
Yeah. Period. Thank you. Period. Okay. Yeah. This right here is so
wait, Crystal, we got a comment. Pass the collection plate after that sermon.
Listen, that was a whole sermon right there. Yes.
Yes.
Somebody
buy the book.
Oh my goodness.
Go buy the book.
Listen, go. Yes, thank you, Jesus. Tell them to go buy the book. Drop your links in here. Once again, I'm going to ask you to tag, share, and invite some other sisters in here, and maybe even some men, because guess what? Men benefit from this story, because guess what? They can understand what their wives is going through, what their sisters is going through, what their moms is going through. They can understand, and that's what we need. That's what we're doing here right now. We breaking generational curses.
Yes, ma'am.
Breaking generational curses. Do you know what that is? I mean, the mindset, behaviors. We're breaking that right now. That's what we've been called to do. We've been called to do that, and through When Destiny Needs an Intervention, they breaking it. They stood. I love it. Did you see the graphic that they have? They standing in the road, stopping you, so you can go in the other direction, so you can move in the right direction, because they've been on the road where you've been. Yes. So they want to help you get where you need to be. And I love it, because that's where they said, you know what? I'm going to not concern myself with what you're going to think, what you're going to say. Christine said, I don't care what you say. I'm not going to walk in shame. I'm letting that go. I'm showing up for you, because it's not just about us. It's about you. One thing I learned is that our stories don't belong to us. Our stories belong to you. I'm going to just put that note right there.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to sit that on the shelf, Crystal.
We're going to sit that right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so with that being said, now we're going to be going at this right now. So we're going to take a quick, maybe 3 minute to 2 minute intercession. We're just going to take a pause just for a moment, because we want to bring the other ladies on for you to hear from. Okay, we are not done. We just getting started. You see, they are lit. They are pouring the gasoline. Now the next bunch is get ready to come light the match. Okay, right now, because we coming in hot. Okay, so y'all better get ready for us. All right, they are coming in hot. So thank you so much. Just stay with us. We'll be right back, because what? It's our time, okay? It's our time to shine. It's our time. Listen, I'm not no real DJ, but I'm gonna act.
That's all right, Crystal. Come on with me.
I'm gonna act like your DJ, okay?
Tonight.
Hold on, okay? It's our time. So let's get it. What? Hey, it's our time. Yes. Hey, it's your time. Come on. Hey. Yes. So, Dr. Shayna. Woo!
Fire.
Listen.
Crystal.
Where did they come from?
Woo! You know, and I'm going to just say this. I know we're on our intermission and we're supposed to be taking a quick break. We're going to take it in a minute while we wait for the ladies to come on in this room. But when I tell you from day one to day, whatever number day this is not the same group of women.
No.
I'm not the same.
I'm like, who's those ladies? No.
I'm talking about the level, the transformation, the evolution, that the seed that was placed that now is being, that they are sharing with others. They have grown it, nurtured it, watered it. They have done that work. And when I'm telling you what they're coming out with, they are not the same.
No, they're not.
They are not the same. You heard some of them talk about, I was, anxious, or I didn't talk a whole lot, I didn't want to share this, there was shame. And now we stand boldly, flat-footed, with nothing to hide, nothing to prove, and nothing to protect. Because you know what? It ain't for you to tell me, like my sister just said, who I am. You don't get to decide for me. My father already decided that. I told you at the top of this, this is a group of God-fearing women who understand whose we are. So we don't have to walk around hiding from you. I ain't gotta hide from you.
Yeah.
Who are you for me to hide from?
Say that again. Who are
I
you?
ain't got, and I'm gonna split some more verbs. I ain't got to hide from you, because I need him to see me, see all of me. Like Christine said, he know what he got when he pulled me up. He know what he got. When he corrected me, he know what I was working with. When I showed her, he knows. And to me, that's the beauty. To see the transformation, Crystal, has been absolutely mind-blowing from beginning to end. To hear them speak in such power and such grace with their stories. I don't know. I don't know. And I can't wait for everyone to meet the rest of the ladies in this project, because again, you said it. These ones, they done brought the match. These other ones finna light it.
They get ready to light it. I'm telling you right now.
And it's gonna be boom, go to dynamite, and the whole Facebook gonna shut down and be like, these sisters, this destiny, what's going on? They done blew it up.
When I tell y'all need to tag and invite and share, because it's getting ready to get even more authentic and hot up in here. Them ladies, they were not the same ladies. They who are they? Who are they?
Who is it that you say that you are? Lord have mercy. Lord, it's a lot. The transformation of 8 months is absolutely, literally, that's how much time it takes to have a baby. So literally the birthing process has occurred over that time. It has. And we've talked about that. That is sure enough. What this is a birthing process that has occurred. So I can't wait for them to meet the next 6 co-authors that are ready to just share. And so we'll take about 2 minutes. We're going to show you some of the different components of the project for your viewing pleasure. And then we'll be right on back.
Yes. Listen, that was just so good just now. If you didn't pick up, wasn't here for the first half, my God, you got to watch the replay. So my goodness, that was just too hot. Okay, too hot. I'm gonna bring Dr. Shayna back on in here, and we get ready to get the other half of this party started. Oh God, I'm like, no, I'm like, who are those ladies? Who are? I'm still stuck on that.
Let me tell you, Crystal,
Who
when
are
I
they?
say the transformation has occurred, it is complete. The metamorphosis is done. The caterpillars have come out of the chrysalis, and honey, they got wings. You heard the one of them say, "We here, we here." We have officially arrived, and y'all better be on the lookout. If you have not copped, and I said copped, listen, y'all. I'm from the South. This is how we talk. Don't let the DR fool you, right? If you haven't copped your copy of this anthology, I need you to go to whendestiniesintervention.com. And at that link, when you get to that webpage, you will be able to select your favorite co-author. And you're hearing parts of their story. So whoever resonates with you, I want you to go and get a copy because she's going to sign it for you. You're going to get a signed copy of this book from her so she can send it to you so you can hear directly from her. And let me drop this in here as well too. There's a podcast show too. So you can hear a little bit more of their stories. Go to Spotify, go to any platform where podcasts are streamed and put in When Destiny Needs an Intervention, and you will begin to hear episodes. We just dropped, we have like 2 episodes that have dropped. So you'll begin to hear over the next couple of weeks episodes with all of these women sharing a little bit more of the deets. We went all out, Crystal. This is one of them things, like my grandmama used to say, I put on everything I own. You hear me? I put it all on. It's all on the table. It's in this project. Everything I got. They say, give it all you got. Yes, sir. Give it all I got.
Listen,
everything. It's all out.
I'm gonna say to you, viewers, right now, you're gonna want to go to whendestinyneedsintervention.com. Okay, there is a section in there, and that's right. I'm gonna let you know. There's a section in there that says sign up for volume 2 because Dr. Shayna is going to be taking applicants, and we are going to do a interest call. So if you want to be in the next project, and trust me, we already got people. We even got co-authors coming back, okay, in the project. So if you want to be a part of this project, you want to sign up now. When I say now. If you want a transformation like what you just saw, them ladies, when I connected with them, they were shy. They didn't really want to talk too much. They didn't really want to do all of that. But did it look like that's who the same person?
No.
I have to have a talk with them tonight.
I know.
I have a little chat with them.
Because
there was a true transformation, and you can experience that as well. Okay, you can experience that as well. So, Dr. Shayna, I don't know if you ready. I'm like,
I got to bring in this next.
Bring them on in. Bring them on in. Woo, this is so good.
They say, bring them in.
Bring them in. It's hot. Come on. Let me play. Right. I told y'all I ain't no real DJ, but we're going to try. My time. Come on, y'all. Hey. You got to tell this one right here. You can tell that one right here. See it. Hey. What? Come on. Hey. That's right. We ain't always in the church. I'm just going to say some of us always. Listen, y'all ready? Y'all ready to talk to these ladies and hear their stories and hear their journey? Being a part of this amazing project. Oh my gosh. Are y'all not proud of your assistant co-authors? Did they not just make y'all proud? Oh my God. They turned it out. Okay. Yes. So, I don't even know where to begin with y'all. I'm kind of scared. I don't know. Damn, fire. Look at here. But y'all look beautiful. Just gorgeous as ever. Oh my gosh. Yes, you do. Dr. Shayna, where are we going to start with them?
I don't even know where to begin because, listen, This is another group of dynamic women that got something to say.
Yeah.
And they believe we here, we here, we here. Christina gave us a whole vibe because we here, okay? Us is here. Come on.
Listen, this is so good, y'all. I'm going to start with you, Salika. Oh my gosh. Like I said, I got some questions from some of the subscribers, some of the viewers that was coming in for y'all. So we did some questions here for you, and they want some answers. They want some answers. So I hope I can answer them. I know you will, but oh my God. So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do. Salika, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. I am Salika Corley-Funches. I am an international speaker as well as an advocate. I spent 6 years with in law enforcement as a victim advocate. I left there, and I am now the program manager of a very special program, the first of its kind in our state, where I will work with a very special population of children.
Okay. Whew. When I tell you, I'm just still like, they got me messed up.
Yes, it was good. It was fire. It was fire.
I'm just going to ask everybody to go around and just introduce yourself. Rochelle, tell us a little bit about you and who you are and what you do. And that she just had a big 5-0. Come on.
Come on in here, Crystal. Yes, the fabulous 50. Welcome to the 50 Club. Extraordinary is who I am. Okay. I am love. I am energy. I am Rochelle Denise Jacobs, Christian mother of 21 years, wife, mother, wife, sister. I am currently, of most of all, I am a daughter of the King. I am currently a physical education and health teacher at Everest Academy in Stafford, Texas, where I've served for the last 11 years. I've been an educator for the past 17 years, and currently now an author. I just graduated from the Texas Southern University with my bachelor's in health studies. Go Tigers!
You can already tell how this is getting ready to go down.
Unleashed.
Can't you tell? Okay.
I'm unleashed. The tiger has been unleashed.
Oh my goodness. So we have Ty next. Talk to us, Ty.
My name is Ty Randall, and I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am an HR professional for almost 10 years in the profession. I am a lover of volunteerism. I am a lover of helping people be their absolute best. I'm super excited to be here and to add author to, my accomplishments is so, I haven't found the right words to it. I'm super excited to be here, and I'm just really loving life right now.
Okay, yes, I know. I can transformation all on y'all. Okay, we have Miss Shadon. Come on, lady. Come on, beautiful.
Hey guys, it's me, Shadon McCants. I come to you guys. Of course, this is very hard for me, and everybody who really knows me knows I have a hard time talking about myself. But I am Shadon Nicole McCants. Professionally, I'm a licensed professional counselor, currently becoming a supervisor to those new and coming into the arena of being a therapist. I'm also the CEO and founder of a nonprofit called To Know Is To Live. As well as, more importantly, I think my biggest role is that I'm a lover of souls. I love people. I love individuals, seeing them go from being in a place of not knowing who you are, but deciding that you no longer want to exist, but it's now time to start living. And so, we talk about, am I a strategist? What am I? I am just a person that is a lover of souls and determined to get you from the place of existing to no longer existing, but actually living who you were authentically created to be. So that's just a little bit about who I am, and I'm excited about being here with you all. So let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's do it. We're about to do it. Adrian, come on. How are you this evening?
Good. Good evening, ladies. Good evening. So excited to be here as well. I am Adrienne Williams. I'm a mother, daughter, sister, friend, confidant, servant leader, working as a diversity director for a construction company. I'm here in the Dallas area, in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and work to assist and help minority businesses obtain contracts, primarily in the construction industry, but very passionate in and around that space of providing access and opportunities to minority and women-owned businesses in the public sector.
Okay, all right. So once again, you are seeing professional women that have full schedules, that are active in their community, that's got a whole lot going on, that still made time to write the story. So one of the things we're trying to convey tonight as well, there's just no excuses. We can do whatever it is that we want to do and whenever we want to do it. And this right here is so needed. And I just want you to see them and let them be the example for you, because you're next. That's what we just tried to tell you. You're next. Okay, you're coming next. All right, that's it. You're next. So I want to jump into this really quickly. And Salika, I'm going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about the name of your chapter as well. What prompted you to get involved in this project?
All right. So the title of my chapter is It's Time. It's basically the struggle against what I wanted to do versus obedience to God. And Lord knows I didn't want that whooping. I didn't want it.
No.
So we kind of did the back and forth a little bit. Should I not? Should I not? And the way I was raised is that there's no, you can't win in being disobedient. And so in that moment, I had to, God whispered, it's time. And he just kept telling me over and over again. And I was on this stage because, like I told you, I'm an international speaker. I was on the stage and I was working with the people in the community who knew what I did for a living, but didn't know why, I did what I did for a living. And so I had to
wait. I got to stop you right
there.
Hold up. Because she said, a lot of people don't know why she's doing what she's doing. So there's always a story that connects us to what we do, even in our profession.
I believe that is actually true.
And talk about that. That is that right there. Stay right there with that, because a lot of people don't realize what we do. It's got a story tied to it.
That's right. It's absolutely correct. And so I had to spill it right there in that moment. And when I tell you, I don't remember what my weight was at that moment, but when I left that stage, I know I dropped about 40 pounds. And, I said, okay, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Because, as mothers and as wives and as daughters and all the different titles that women have, we are always worried about everyone else and making sure that everyone else has, what they need. Making sure that, the household is straight, making sure that the kids are okay. But we neglect ourselves. So it's like, okay, now I've gotten this off. What do I do with it? What do I do with it? Lord said it was time because, he said there's an appointed time for everything. Yes, and there is a time for every matter under heaven. And that was that time in that moment. And I had to be obedient. I could not ignore the word at that time.
And how many of us try to ignore? We do this. We like this. We're like, oh, you're not talking to me.
Right. Yeah, but you are.
You're not, no, come on, you're not talking to me. And also let's go a little bit deeper into that too. Why? Because is it qualifications? Is it something what God is asking us to do? We look like it's something that we can't do?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. He made the provisions for me to be able to do any and everything that I do now. Even things that perhaps I was not exactly qualified for, he made it happen. He made sure if there was a certification that I needed to get, he made the provision for me to get it. As far as school and everything else, he made the provision for me to get any and everything that I needed to further qualify me to be able to tell my own journey.
Okay. Because a lot of times I know women struggle with actually stepping into the position or stepping into the role that God is calling them to, because maybe they don't have the certificate, they don't have the degree, they don't have the research, they don't have the connection, they didn't come from this, they didn't come from that background. But when God says it's time, when God calls you to the stage, when He's calling you to the forefront, He says, guess what? You are equipped with everything that you got. Everything. So let nothing stop you, not yourself nor man, because He's already made the way and given you permission to get it done. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I'm telling you, I just listen.
They better get ready.
Keep starting, okay? Yes. We've got a little bit ways to go. So who is your story for? And what group of people could be able to benefit from your story, Salika?
Absolutely anyone can identify with its story, because in the previous section we talked about rock bottom. And sometimes when we hit rock bottom, well, not sometimes, anytime that we hit rock bottom, we feel as though we're the only one person who's in that space. No one else knows what I'm feeling. No one else knows what I'm going through. No one else will understand. And so I sit in it. I sit in that moment, not knowing that there's someone who can help me, and all I have to do is open my mouth.
You stepping on some toes right there. Open your mouth. That means
open your mouth.
We got to get a little humble. You mean we got to get humble?
Oh, open your mouth, because ironically, that first time that you open your mouth, that's when the help comes. And I don't care if you have to open it 15, 20, 25 times. At one point, you're going to find that one person who can help you.
Wait. Did you hear her say open the mouth, Dr. Shayna?
She said, open your mouth. M-O-F. Did y'all see me spelling stuff?
M-O-U-F. Open your mouth and let somebody help you.
Yes.
That's right. I'm a Mississippi girl. So yes. Open your mouth.
Listen, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm with you, baby. Listen, stand up.
Somebody put hashtag open your mouth.
Open your mouth. And don't stop talking. Don't stop talking until you get what you need.
That right there, open your mouth and don't stop talking. All right, listen. It's on. You already see it. Okay, that's it. All right, so next, let's see. Miss Rochelle. Miss Rochelle. Tell us about your story. Tell us a little bit about your chapter, and describe your story a little bit. Don't give them all the juices. You know, they said they can't get all of it. They got to buy the book. You see that when it says When Destiny Meets Intervention.com, but she has her own personal link. Everybody has their own personalized link that will take you directly to their page for you to make the purchase. But talk to us about your chapter. Talk to us about this. This is really interesting. I love yours. I love all yours.
Well,
talk to us.
In the words of the OJs, for the love of sugar. People will just do anything for it. They would rob, steal, just whatever. That's my story. For the love of sugar. And how I overcame my addiction to sugar, and how it,
Wait. Can I stop you right there? You said overcame your addiction. So addiction is not just drugs and alcohol, right? Because a lot of time we would like to always say just drugs and alcohol. Talk about that right there. Go there. Just for me.
Addiction. And through that addiction, I got an STD. And we know what an STD is. For me, it was a sugary transmitted disease. Because I was so addicted to it, it just robbed me of my health. I got sick. And so just laying down on my, most people say that deathbed, I was on the floor, just sick as a dog. And I knew in that moment that I had to get some help. I had an addiction, and I needed to get some help.
Now that's brave for you to even talk about that. That's brave. That's brave for you to talk about that. Wow. Okay, let's go there. Let's go there. I'm gonna come to you really quick, Ty. I'm just gonna come to Ty really quick. Ty, tell us a little bit about your story and the name of your chapter.
The name of my chapter is called It's Not My Job. And this is about me holding on to the past and it showing up in my present. And I had an intervention that caused me to want to shift and release the past so that I could show up and thrive and be absolutely present right now.
Okay. If you could describe with one word how you felt before and after the intervention, what words would you choose?
Before the intervention, I was feeling rejected. I was feeling rejected because I had lost so much that I thought I wanted, I thought I needed. And these were things that I placed value in that did not place value in me. And so I walked around feeling really rejected that something was wrong with me. But now that I've released that past and I'm in a space of healing, I feel purposed. I feel that what is being manifested for me in this season right now is what God had for me all along, but I had to get there. I had to believe that I was worthy of receiving it. So I am walking, absolutely walking confidently in my purpose right now.
So I want to ask everybody in the audience if you can identify with just that one word that's rejection. And if you can identify with rejection, can you just put a number 1 in the chat over here? Because I don't know about you, but I definitely identify with being rejected and dealing with that and having to work through that. And a lot of times, we want to keep that under wraps. We don't want to let people know that we are feeling rejected or we're experiencing rejection. But it's very important for us to really kind of get that out there. And when I'm telling you this book is going to be able to bless you because all the stories just talks to so many situations that we as women are facing or either faced. So you definitely want to grab the story. So there was another question that was asked for you. How did you feel having to recall this moment of needed intervention in your life?
It was painful because that moment brought a lot of shame. It was something that anytime I would talk about it, I would cry. It was something that made me internalize what's wrong with me. Why am I not good enough? Why am I not worthy enough? So I struggled with that for a while. And that's the reason why I decided to tell this story, because I believe that in our deepest shame or painful moments comes our greatest testimony.
What do you say about that, Dr. Shayna? What do you see towards that?
Yes, ma'am. I am such a believer because if you ain't been through nothing, you ain't learned a whole lot. That's just what I think. Because it is through the things that we go through that we have an opportunity to grow and evolve. So it is not until you're uncomfortable that growth actually occurs. So the seed doesn't grow on top of the ground. The seed got to be buried in a dark, murky place before it can be fertilized, watered, nurtured, and grows. So who are we to not be in that same process as God works with us? So yeah, we will go to some places where we feel very dark and alone and no one understands, rejected, abandoned, traumatized, whatever those things might be. But it is in those moments that if we hold on, he has a way out if we hold on and we can get there. So absolutely, your testimony is all in what it is he has allowed you to go through that he has brought you out of. Absolutely. I'm 100% behind that thought.
That's good. That's good. Hope y'all grabbing all of this right now for real. So I'm gonna go to Shadon. Okay, I want to speak to you. Talk to us. Come on, talk to us. Tell us what the name of your chapter is, and talk to us a little bit about what it is. I just love all the name of your chapter. I'm very saying myself. Okay, I'll let you do it.
So again, I thank you guys for being here, joining us on this journey. The title of my chapter is "I'm Bigger Than That." And so, of course, a lot of people know me, but for those that don't, that title means just that. Again, most of us are talking about our experiences, especially right now in the midst of a pandemic. We're embarking upon 2 years. 2 years of sitting in a place where we have been challenged to figure out and discover possibly who we are for the first time in our lives. And as Ty just said, a lot of us have identified ourselves in, if not our work, our relationships, our partnerships. We don't really, I think a lot of us, I tell people in 2020, it was just what it says. 2020 is clear vision. It's perfect vision. And so a lot of us we weren't seeing 2020. And so if for anything that 2020 did, it's not a year that I chose to give up. It's not a year that I chose to say, you know what, throw it away. It's actually a year that gave me clarity, that I was honestly for the first time able to see very clear what it was that I was being called to in this season of my life. And through that, this opportunity came to again share another part of my story and hopefully help another woman realize that she is so much bigger than her situation and her circumstance that she may see in front of her. But the reality is that baby girl, baby boy, you are so much bigger than that. Is that you have been called and destined to something very, very great. And so through my story, I want people to realize that no matter what happens to you, no matter what, in this case, the doctor may say, it doesn't define who you are. You have a choice to live. And that means that, guess what? When you decide to not just exist, but to live, you will realize that you are so much bigger than that, which someone tried to tell you who you were. And so, and my hope is that in reading this chapter, my chapter, and so many other chapters, is that you will begin to ask the question, how do I show up? How do I no longer live or just rather exist? Or as Dr. Shayna said, just, I thought it said be, but do, either way, but just to be who you are called to be, destined who you are authentically, God created you for in this season, realizing that you are so much bigger than that, which somebody tried to tell you were. So that's a little bit about my chapter. And hopefully, everybody will enjoy what they read in mine and so many others that are involved, all my co-authors. So.
Listen, y'all need to put hashtag I'm bigger than that for real, because that is just so powerful within itself.
Indeed.
I'm bigger than any situation. I'm bigger than any report. I'm bigger than any experience that I've been. I'm bigger than that. That's why I was like getting ready to say it before she said it, because
it's so good.
I'm bigger than that. Okay, it's so good, right, Dr. Shayna? How could you not?
These are the things. Like a lot of these titles are so powerful. Like they become affirmations. They become the words you speak over yourself every single day. You know what I'm saying? And I really want people to hear that. There was thought put into these titles. Let's just be clear. This was not accidental. All of these things were part of the framework of creating a story that would connect to women all over the world, so that she would be empowered to know that she is bigger than that. So she would know that some things are worth the wait. So she would know that God is telling her, it's time, baby girl. The point of all of this is to help free somebody. And if one person gets set free, then our mission was accomplished. But I already know, Crystal, because as of yesterday, but at midnight, we had 150 books sold in less than 48 hours, honey. We got 50 sisters going to be set free, at least. And that's just 48 hours. Come through.
Yes, come through.
Get set free. Come on now. Come on.
Yes, and the numbers is growing by the minute. Okay, just so you know. But there's a common theme here that's going on as well. Others trying to tell you who you are. Other things trying to tell you who you are. No, this is why you have to sit. When God sat us down when the pandemic first hit, he was like, I need you to discover who you are. I need you to see clearly, as you were saying, Shadon. I need you to see crystal clear. That's just me. That's right. Listen.
That part.
See crystal clear, that 2020 vision, because yes, there was a lot of us moving around, shaking and just doing. And it's like, I need you to sit down somewhere. Sit down. And what I love about God, is that, guess what? He made it beneficial for everybody. So there was money coming where you could sit down. Don't listen. Don't even play.
Listen.
People that could afford to be home, they was able to stay home and get some extra money, get more money than they was making even on the jobs that was that. And Janiqua was talking about the workplace, you know, being able to do that so you can take some time out to reevaluate yourself, reevaluate what's going on in your life. So, oh my gosh, listen, go ahead, Dr. I saw you coming. Come on.
I'm just saying the fire, like it's hot. Angel, it's so hot. You see, we got on red, right? You didn't think that was accidental. Somebody give us a fan. We need some fans, Crystal. We need some Destiny fans so we can cool off. Because baby, we red hot.
Red hot up in here. Red hot up in here.
My spirit is about to just explode because the idea that just one book, a compilation of stories that are so powerful. What can happen? I'm telling you, you're gonna start let me just say this, because I done read the book clearly. And I'm telling you, it has brought me to tears reading through, and I just kept reading because I couldn't put it down. Tears, just because I know, oh my God, and not tears that I'm sad, like, oh, you know, poor thing, but tears of just the joy of seeing the empowerment that one woman can make. And I understand that if she could do it, so could I. And that's the thing that we want you to see in every single chapter. If she went through it, so can you. If he offered it to her, he can offer it to you too, boo. We all the children of the Most High God. You get the same opportunities. We just got to go reach them. We have to seek them. We have to be open to them. And some things we got to release so that we can receive them. But I'm telling you, my spirit is just so high right now that we need some fans. It's hot. And you know, we got a few more ladies to talk to. So I'm going to be quiet so they can get in here and you can hear about their stories. But it's just so much. It's a lot.
Listen, it's so good, for real. One of the things I do want to ask you, Shadon, something that you say a lot, you was saying is, you have this thing that you say, to know is to live. Can you just talk a little bit about that? Just briefly, to know is to live. Talk to me about that. You muted out, sis. I can't hear you.
All righty. So it's just what it says, Crystal, and to everybody that's listening. Knowledge is power, but it's only knowledge if you use it. And so when I think of live, the acronym for live, and I've never said this, and so you guys will be the first to hear it, when the L is for love, what we are missing oftentimes is what it means to be to self-love. We talk about it, we say it, self-love, self-full, all these different things. But the desire to know and to love yourself is first. The I is for being intentional. You must be intentional about that love. You must be intentional about taking time to discover who you are so that you can love all parts of you. The V is for vulnerability. And a lot of us, that's what it took for us to be in this book. It took us to be vulnerable. And so a lot of times we think of vulnerability as weakness. But for us, vulnerability is courageousness. Vulnerability was us being brave.
Wait, I gotta stop you. Hold on. That's a power word right there. Vulnerability. Somebody hashtag vulnerability, because that is so true. That is something that we do not want to do. But somebody got to hashtag that in the comments over there. Hashtag vulnerability, because that thing is powerful. Come on, talk to me.
It's very powerful. And last but not least, and most importantly as well, is to err is human, meaning that we will make mistakes. We will fall down, but the choice is yours to decide whether you are going to get up and live authentically who you were called to be in this season and in this journey of your life. And so that's what I mean when I say to know is to live. I am challenging every person under the sound of my voice and the voice of all of us to choose to live, but also decide what that looks like for you. It's not easy, baby girl. It's not easy, baby boy, but you can do it.
Listen, didn't I tell you this next bunch was going to come with the fire? I just can't. I think we need to call the fire department.
Somebody call the fire department.
We need a fire department. Because y'all need to move. They is putting it out. Listen, they are bringing it, okay?
Oh, Crystal, we forgot to tell the people, make sure you have your pen and your paper because you finna go to school, honey. Take notes.
God, I'm sorry. You listen, if you ain't taking notes, my goodness. I don't know what to tell you. Ooh, this is good. This is good. This is good. Adrian, come on, talk to us. Tell us something. How are you this evening? How are you? Ooh.
I am doing wonderful, awesome, and amazing. So excited to be here and be a part of this and just one of the co-authors. So my book is called Divorce to Daddy. And really, I just rolling off a little bit of what Janiqua said, just kind of that error. I think I'm thinking about, really all of that, the live, but really wanting to be vulnerable and share in a way of some things that I hadn't. And so Divorce to Daddy a little bit was about choices. She was saying we choose to live. And for me, this chapter was really about making a choice. So I had just gone through a divorce and was doing some therapy, seeing a counselor, doing some healing work. And there was still a little bit of a tug. There was still just kind of this emptiness, this missing piece. Certainly probably some depression still running, kind of what's next? Where do I go? Next steps, where do I go from here? And what does that look like? But even in the midst of that, I knew that I just wanted to clean house, almost do a full inventory. Still just kind of asking, how did I get here? What does this look like? And there was still that voice talking that I knew there was still some work that needed to be done. And it was really about that relationship with my dad that hadn't fully come, in a way that I wanted it to. And so I had some choices to make. Certainly had other options of some things that I could have done. So I did move in with my dad. And so you have to read the book for a little more tea and some things shared and some moments of vulnerability. We talk a lot about that. I shared a few things that transpired in that space. And so it was making the choice and choosing that road less traveled. Because again, I could have gone lots of places. My mom, I could have went on my own and just done other things, but it was really choosing a road less traveled for me. And others may do something different, but for me, it was meaningful in a way that I didn't even know what would come of it. And so while there certainly was a relationship, there were still some missing pieces. And so I share a little bit about that, a little bit about that story. But really, again, moving through those unresolved childhood issues, I think for me, the uncertainty, carrying certainly lots of shame and guilt. Again, moving through the divorce, some people knew about that. There was still a little shame with that. That was pretty heavy, but also knew that I couldn't heal what was hidden. And so this was certainly.
I don't even want you to run past that. You're going to back that train up. Right. And I need you to repeat that for all my sisters in the back who didn't hear you. Say that again.
You can't heal what's hidden.
Somebody need to put that in the chat box.
You cannot heal what's hidden.
Hashtag you can't heal what's hidden. How many of us trying to heal some stuff that you didn't hid from yourself? You can't even see it. You didn't hid it so deep in you to act and see. And some of us think hidden means that we hiding it like literally, but we're acting like it didn't happen. We're acting like it didn't matter. We're acting like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but yes, it was. You're hiding the truth from yourself about what it really is. So this is what we're talking about, living in truth, in the vulnerability, in the space of facing the things that really have happened and gone on. Lord have mercy. Crystal, if my sisters are not picking up what we laying down, baby, this track's so good. If I was a singer, I would sing right now, but that ain't what y'all pay me for. Listen, people don't pay me to sing, so I'm not.
They don't even understand. Even though we were in it while helping them write their story, I'm taking notes over here.
Come on.
Be taking some notes over there. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Wait, one of the things I did have, you do have a question for you though. Okay, Adrian, so you ready for it? It said instead, tell us a little bit about the name Daddy to Divorce. Well, how did you get that? How did you come up with that?
Again, I think it was a little bit of that vulnerability place that we talked about before. I think even just thinking about it, I was like, well, really, shouldn't it be Daddy to Divorce? You start in childhood and move to adulthood. And for me, I was like, no, I think I really want to say just what happened. I didn't grow up with my dad, so I had never lived with him. That was not a familiar place. And so It was not a home that I knew. And so I really wanted to speak to that it just made sense that it would be Divorce to Daddy, because again, it was the road less traveled for me, a path unknown with lots of uncertainty. So yes, that's how I came to the Divorce to Daddy title.
Yep. And that's some of the things that I guess what a lot of people need to heal from is situations like that. So thank you so much for being brave enough and bold enough to put that out there and share that.
Yeah, and even through that, I mean, coming full circle, going through that process, and even now, so we talked a little bit about the pandemic, just clearing the clutter of that process has helped in other relationships outside of that. We've certainly grown with my dad, but also a relationship with my mom, again, just communication. And even with my daughter, I'm most passionate. There were just some things I needed to grow in lots of areas. So this was really a growth area for me. Again, a little bit unconventional, but really clearing the clutter and bridging some better relationships in every aspect beyond being the time I spent with my dad.
One of the things I know for sure is that there is residue that a lot of people hold on to that they're ashamed to let go. And it's that little residue that whispers, that shows up every time you get ready to make a move, every time there's a promotion, every time there's an opportunity. And if you don't deal with it like you talking about, and all of you are talking about, because really that's what it is. It's that residue that is remaining. And if you don't get rid of it, it will constantly hinder your growth in the things that God has for you. Because he has so much for his daughters. And his husband has so much for us. But he can't get it to you if you what? Filled with clutter. So you gotta get rid of the stuff. You gotta get rid of it. One of the other things here's a question for you as well. What was significant about your story? What's so significant about it?
I'll just quickly say, I think significant for me was just, I guess, just the growth process, doing some things that I didn't even know that I was capable of doing. I think, someone mentioned in our a little earlier, just saying things out loud and, okay, am I going to do this? There was some ambiguity back and forth. If I want to move forward, if it made sense, but just the growth, the transition that has happened and seems like such a little time. I'm grateful to do this and to be able to do it together. I think for me, to be a part of something that's bigger than me feels good, and certainly to be among some amazing women who are all vulnerable and sharing parts of their story. And so, just the growth through this process has been amazing.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so we do have Miss Jeanette on. Hi, Miss Jeanette. How are you?
All right.
Tell us a little bit about who you are.
All right. Okay. I am Jeanette Wright, and I might be almost one of the two people that have been on this earth the longest. So I'm proud to say, and I always do this when I speak, I am 60 years of age and broken to boss. You would never know it. So definitely, I tell people this is how you want to look at 60.
Come on. Hashtag goals.
Okay, goals. That's right. Aspiration, determination. Oh my. So anyway, I am a business entrepreneur. A hairpreneur is what we called it right in our session. A hairpreneur. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm logging in late because I just finished doing a corrective color class, a 4-hour corrective color class for some hairstylists in the Bahamas. So yeah. Talking about. Yes, indeed. So yeah, definitely life is good. And that's where, like myself, as far as a salon owner, educator, then I am a degreed educator, taught 16 years at a college level, cosmetology community college, got that experience, and work for a product company that keeps calling me back. And most of the time product companies, are more so targeted toward the younger people. So what they use me as a mentor, as the example, of longevity and perfectionism or excellence. And, because I always ask them, I said, y'all keep calling me back, but I'm an example of what you can do and and you know, you can still do it at a longer age, because you know, that's an honor to still be doing education at my age. So I'm currently excited to be at my bucket list. This is releasing, you know, the labeling, the energy, and whenever I do speak to the students in cosmetology, is mainly my audience, is that yes, you can. Most cosmetologists all are people that are put in a prod, and this is part of labeling, and that's the part of the book, you know, when we talk about broken to boss, you know, because the life society will break you down. You know, they'll break you down with labels,
We
put
going back
you in
to
a stereotypical position, and most people fight to get out of it, you know. And I mean, to this day, I get put into that same position. Someone asked me, well, did you always want to do hair when you were younger, you know? And my question, I was very sarcastic because it was the mood in which she asked it. I said, well, did you always play with the typewriter?
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and this is going to be pretty much for everybody. Why this story? And just if you could make it kind of brief, you know, we are getting to the close, but tell us why this story. Why did
All
you?
right. Well, it happens with COVID, being put on lockdown for 45 days with no residual income. Being going to college at a later age, because again, I had to pivot. You know, pivot in my life. You know, the industry was great, but at the same time, I have to retire. So, broken to boss, you know, COVID, you know, it just brought it to a point where, okay, I need to tell this story, because labeling and shame and guilt and resentment is my main part. The resenting part that these people or society put me, because I was a teen pregnancy, they put me in this position. This is where I had to go, because I wasn't, you know, I could not make it in corporate America. I couldn't make it as a, you know, nurse. They put me in cosmetology, and cosmetology sometimes is for people that can't do something else. You know, we look at the history of that. So I fought it from that year, from 44 years. I have fought, you know, that stigmatism, and you know, to still being placed in that. So therefore, that just being able to tell the story that broken the boss, you know, they broke me down, but I fought to stay on top.
All right, that's it right there. I can't take it. That's it. That's it right there. I can't. Somebody put hashtag broken to boss. Okay.
Yes.
Broken to boss. So you can be broken and you can still boss up. Okay.
That's right.
Broken, but you can still boss up.
Exactly.
I do have a question for Rochelle that did just come in hot off the press, and they just want to know, what was your intervention? They want to know, what was your intervention? Is there any way that you could tell us that really quickly? What was your intervention?
My intervention was Dr. Shayna's reset challenge that she did in May of 2020. And introducing me and so many other ladies in taking that challenge to do a reset. So her Your Extraordinary Life Academy, that was my intervention, because it helped me to transform my life, my mind, my body, my spirit, to where I can now make wellness a lifestyle and not just an event. I can make it my lifestyle of being healthy. So that was my intervention, the YXL Academy. Get in it. The best investment that you can do for yourself, beloved, is get in it.
That wellness, and how many of us and how many of you out there need to be taking care of yourself? How many of you? We all need to take care of ourselves, and a lot of times we do not. We neglect ourselves, and things like that start triggering. You start having the sugar for the love of sugar. So let's I want to come to you, Dr. Shayna, really quickly, and I'm going to ask you a few. Actually, you have some questions here, okay? Just so you know. Will you be doing another anthology? That was one question. You can answer that.
I don't have a choice not to. Like, how could I not? Crystal, there's too many. And I mean, and I've heard women coming like, oh my God, I have this amazing story that I want to tell. and I want to be a vessel, right? Again, this is me and my obedience of being a vessel to help her share the story in a powerful way. So yes, there will be a volume 2 of this anthology because there's so many more stories to be told. Absolutely.
Okay. We also have another one. What have you enjoyed the most about this project for you, Dr. Shayna? What was it like working with you on this project?
You know, that's a tough question because to pick one thing, I don't know that I really can. I've enjoyed just a community of women. Like I'm an extrovert, so I gain energy from other people. And so being in our, I mean, we meet and we be meeting and we us be meeting. Okay?
What y'all trying to say?
You see everybody's face, they like, yeah, us be meeting. And we be meeting. But it's not for nothing. We're not meeting about meeting, right? We really meeting about some things. But for me, it's the energy of being in collaboration. That is my space of rejuvenation. I don't get that by myself. And I need my alone time, but being in a space with like-minded women, a space where women are wanting to grow to some different place. Because for some of these ladies, this was completely a brand new, just like I think some said fish out of water. I think it's some of what I've heard. And just watching that transformation has just filled me. But it's really the energy. Like my favorite part is sharing energy and space with women who are like-minded, with women who love God, with women who are on a mission, with women who are not here to play games and not here to be fake and front. Like it's time out to be faking and fronting. I am who I am. Love me or leave me. You got two choices, and I'm fine with either of them. And we can all sit around a table and be honest and in that space, but know that we accept each other. And that's the beauty. Like we all come from different spaces and places, but the level of camaraderie and acceptance, it's major. Because as women, we know how we can be. Mm-hmm. We all, and tell the truth, y'all, because y'all know we have been in spaces where there were women who it wasn't like this. And we're not just sitting here, and this is not a fake thing for a presentation. This is really how we are. This is really how it's been for the last 8 months. They'll tell you this is what it's been like. And so for me, that's my favorite space. It's just the energy and the sharing of space with women that are just this awesome. I've enjoyed it tremendously.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask everyone to do, then I'm going to come back to you, Dr. Shayna, okay? I'm going to ask, starting with you, Salika, and then Rochelle, and then Ty, and then Shadon, and then Adrian, and then you, Jeanette. One word, one message, and if you can make it under 60 seconds, what is it that you would tell that viewer that's watching right now? What message would you leave with them? Starting with you, Salika.
All right. Connect with a sister. Connect with a sister anywhere. Connect with not just a sister, with a positive sister who can, I mean, if you can't find her within this book, find one that you know in your community. Like I said, open your mouth, and that's where your help is. You know, open your mouth.
That's good. That's good. You, Rochelle, next.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. So, beloved, you are worth it. If you want it, go get it, because you have to put in the work. That was me that was talking about that fish out of water, because I wanted to go back into my hole of complacency and just hide. Like I said, nothing changes if nothing changes. So I had to dig deep. And so you can too, beloved. Get in it. Your Extraordinary Life Academy is waiting for you.
Look at here. Ty, you're next. I'm just I'm over here like, where's the fire hose? I need them.
I would say do your work to heal your past so that it does not create a toxic space in your present.
Ooh. Say that again, Ty. Say that again, please.
Do your work to heal your past so that it does not create a toxic space in your present.
That's good.
That's good. Shadon.
I'm going to say this, guys. I know we're all here and we want for our sisters to heal. That is what is most important. However, I'm being intentional about to that sister that doesn't know she needs to heal. Because for a lot of us, we didn't understand that our inner child was hurting. A lot of us, we don't know what the situation is that's holding us back. We don't know that the 12-year-old or even the 6-year-old or maybe even the 2-year-old is holding on to something that we have no clue about. So for me, I'm not going to assume that my sister knows that she needs to heal. I want you to look at your situation and your circumstance and just ask yourself, am I where I want to be? And for us who know, is there something missing? And is there something that I can do? So yes, healing is essential, but you have to first know that there is something to heal. And for a lot of us, even as a therapist, I knew there was some spaces and some places. I remember something that happened at 12. I remember something that happened at 14. I remembered something for sure that happened at 17. But it was all the other times around that I had, as I believe Adrian has said, you can't heal what you don't know that's hidden. So it's time for us to start go on a discovery so that we can know, so that we can live our best lives. So I'm gonna just leave it there.
I'm gonna put that on the shelf too.
Yeah. Adrian.
So piggybacking off of that, I would say as you're going through that healing process to stand in your truth. But the one thing I would leave is to say that your past is not a predictor of your future.
That part.
Your past is not a predictor of your future.
And somebody hashtag put that in. Listen, I'm messed up. You're messing me up over here. I'm trying to take notes and do this at the same. I can't listen.
Too much.
It's too much. It's so good. I'm gonna come back and watch the replay. I don't
Hashtag
know
replay.
I'm coming back to watch the replay.
Everybody.
With
the pen and paper.
Wait, I be hearing Bishop TDJ say that all the time. I'm about to CD my daggone self. My daggone self. I'm like, this is just too good. No, seriously, it's too good. It's so many good nuggets, so many life lessons in here, so many strategies in here that's giving you so many pointers of how to change the course of your life.
Yes.
Change it. Make it for us, Miss Jeanette. Just leave the audience with something. Oh my God, broken.
I know. I mean, all of it is really, really great. But my thing would be, reflecting on it is, don't allow others to define your destiny. You define your destiny.
I'm so done.
Period.
Yeah. Period.
That was the mic drop for the night. Come on.
And thank you and good night.
Right, I used to say it on Def Jam when they would be like, okay, God bless, good night.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do that. God bless,
definitely. Night. You don't want, your mistakes to haunt you. Just don't allow your past mistakes to define your destiny.
Oh, wait.
Wow,
I'm going to ask everybody right now, and I do apologize for the first co-authors that was on because they lit it up so much I didn't even know. Okay, I'm sorry. They did. They was pointing at. I need everybody in here. All of y'all, can y'all drop your contact information in the chat so they can reach out to you? So all of the viewers will have a way to connect with each and every one of you because we don't want to leave them hanging where they don't have that connection. So please leave your information, social media, website, contact information. Drop it right now. And even all of the co-authors that was on previously, drop your contact information as well, because there is probably someone right now that will reach out to you because of something that you have said. I'm telling you, it's coming. So Dr. Shayna, with that, oh my gosh.
Crystal. Listen,
they didn't give us no evidence of
Listen.
What? Well, I have one question for you, Dr. Shayna. They're asking you a question here. Do you have a favorite story? That's it, right? Really? But okay, I had to ask it anyway. They asked, so I.
There's no way. My favorite story is the whole book. It's the story that the entire book tells. It's the story of the woman that was headed the wrong way in her life. She decided at a point that she had to make an intervention and turn herself around. That is my favorite story. The one where the sister is saying, sis, you ain't got to go this way. Turn around, baby. I've been there. You don't want to go this way. That's my favorite story. My favorite story is the one where she says, sis, you don't have to do it alone. I've been where you going. I done been down that road and I know what it's like. And you don't have to go by yourself. I did. So you don't have to. That's Crystal is my favorite story. My favorite story is the one where we do this together as a community and we not backbiting. We not gossiping. We not reading these stories talking about, oh, Lord, I didn't know she did all that. We're saying, thank God he delivered her. And thank God he gave her a voice to say it out loud so that I don't have to live in shame and in hiding of what I just did. Thank God that's the story that I like. That's my favorite story, Crystal. I'm sorry. Did I answer the question? Whoever asked it, let me know if I answered the question because the spirit just came and just took over right now. I hope you answered the right question. I hope that's what you was looking for. That's my favorite story.
She's been unleashed.
They asked, so I had to give them an answer. We had to come with an answer.
Listen, did she answer it? I think she
killed it.
Okay.
Killed it.
Did she answer it, ladies, or did she not answer it? Unmute yourself and let her know.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
The question.
Yeah, the question.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. See, listen. On that note, y'all, we about to wrap this up. That was the closing remark.
She said that was the closing. That was the benediction.
Oh, that was the benediction. Everything.
We passed the tray.
Oh, Jesus.
But wait, we can't let them leave without knowing that there is another event that they can come support.
Oh, yes. Tell them about it, Dr. Shayna.
Yo, so listen.
Y'all ain't sick. This is not just even a little bit.
Just right. This right up and through here. We wanted to find a way to connect to everyone. And virtually, we know in this world is the quickest way to do that. But we wanted to do something in excellence. And if you have not paid attention to this entire launch, you're missing something because the excellence that this launch has been executed in is precisely the excellence you can expect throughout this entire project from beginning to end to when you get your book and you read the words that are on the chapter. Let me tell you. And so November the 19th, we are hosting a live in-person, socially distanced, COVID protocols in place event, book launch, where you can come and get your own personal copy signed by your favorite author. You can come and hear a portion of what they have to share. You can come and share in and take pictures and be on the red carpet and get dressed up and look real, real nice. And we haven't had as many opportunities to do that in this pandemic. And it is time. It is time for us to live. And we're going to do this in grand fashion. November the 19th is the live book launch and award show at the Whitehall Hotel in downtown Houston. And as a matter of fact, after this event tonight, you'll be able to go back to our website and begin to see the link for you to be able to get your ticket. Now, let me tell you, it is limited seating and this event will sell out. Because I have got to be cautious of COVID-19 protocols, we have to limit the number of people in the room. You want to be one of them. I'm just saying, you do. So as soon as this link drops and the ladies will begin to share it on their pages, as soon as it drops, grab your ticket. Because if you don't, you're going to miss out. And I'm just telling you, you're going to miss out. There is a general admission. It is only a $25 investment for you to show up and support these ladies and hear these amazing stories. And if we weren't in excellence, we wouldn't have a VIP, but we are excellent. So there's a VIP. You get priority seating. You get an amazing swag bag for a $50 investment. Come on through. And you get some hors d'oeuvres, like they say. I'm going to just pronounce it in English and not how it's really said. You're going to get a little snacks while you're there as well, too. Understand? And we're going to have an amazing time. We're going to have an amazing time. Come on out. Put in the chat box right now if I'm in the house. Let us know if you want to get your ticket. Put you in the house. Make sure be watching your page tonight Tonight, that link is going to drop and you're going to be able to get your ticket. And you want to make sure you're following whichever one of your favorite authors. You like, I got to be at her table to get her book signed. Make sure you grab the link and make sure you show up on November the 19th. It's going DOWN, as I like to say, down. We're going to have an amazing time. That's what we do. And so before we leave, we're not leaving until I say one last thing. We all would not be sitting in this pretty spot we're in right now. Uh-oh, did I freeze?
You did.
The devil is a lie. In my back.
You back.
Lie. He see how he be hating on God's children. You don't win. We would not be sitting right here in this pretty space if not for the crystal clear Cunningham. Can y'all please give her a round of applause, a standing ovation if you can. In the chat box, all of the co-authors, give this woman a standing ovation. When I tell you, there was a dream in my heart about this anthology, but you don't know what you don't know until you get with somebody who know, and who get it right, and who get you right, and who get everybody with you right. Crystal is the truth. When I say the truth, everything you see, the graphics y'all see, Crystal Cunningham. When the website you see, Crystal Cunningham. This book cover you see, Crystal Cunningham. I don't have words. I can't sit here and act like this just came by itself. So if you are in your heart and you're saying, well, Dr. Shayna, I've thought about doing my own anthology, do not do it alone. You want to get a consultation with this woman. When I say rat now, R-A-T, rat now, I'm from the South. I told y'all that earlier. Rat now, get a consult, because her book is going to be full and she is overflowing, rich supply of all the things that she could ever think, ask. She can't even make it up. It's going to be so many. The excellence of which she performs and executes is I don't even have spoken words to share with you. So Crystal, from the bottom of every piece of me, not even just my heart, like my toes, like the bottom of my being, I say thank you. I say thank you, because I know we wouldn't be sitting pretty right here if not for you. God placed you in my life at the right time. Y'all, he know better. Oh Lord, have mercy is a whole shout that's about to come. What you have to understand is that he positions us so beautifully. And I didn't even know I needed to know you, Crystal. And he put us in a space together in some, what would seem a random way, but somebody asked a question. The question got asked, you answered it, and I answered it. And I'm like, hey, you know, and here we are. God knows better than we do. And I'm grateful for his divine intervention in this space right now. So I give you all, I mean, when I say from the bottom of my toes, I say thank you. I say thank you, because you have been absolutely amazing, hands down. I didn't even know what to ask for. And you gave more. Like, you would think that Crystal shows up in a project and she takes it on as it's hers. Everything that she does is like, because her excellence precedes her. And so everything she touches looks just like it belongs. She is birthing this just like I have birthed it, just like these ladies have birthed it. You can't tell the difference. You would think she got a chapter in the book. You would think. She don't have a chapter in the book, but this, you better believe, is her book. Her blood, sweat, and tears and heart is all over it. So, Crystal, I couldn't leave this space without saying that publicly. Thank you. My gratitude extends beyond words, beyond words, beyond words, beyond words.
Y'all just messed me up for the night. Y'all just messed me up because, first of all, y'all was hiding on me, and I knew it was gonna come when I was like, I want to see. Oh my gosh. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, Dr. Shayna, for obedience. For adhering when God say, go get them. Because a lot of times we don't go get because the person might not look like it.
Right.
but that's the one that you need to be working with. That's the one that's a part of your destiny.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you so much. And thank you to all of you, all the ladies, for entrusting me to help bring you to this place, because I know how it feels to be vulnerable, to open up to a stranger. But we're not strangers. We're connected in the spirit, babe.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to thank you all for this opportunity. And I want to thank Dr. Shayna for renaming me as well, because she gave me a new name, okay? She called me now the Six-Figure Anthology Strategist.
You better know it.
Six-figure experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Remind you all that when you work with me, there's 3 things that you can expect. There's 3 things that you can get clear, you're going to get connected, and you're going to get them coins.
Come on.
Don't forget that part. We going to get the coins. Okay? So on that note, I think it's time to say good night. We've been here. Meet us over at the other party, because that party is going to even be better, because we're going to be in person. We're going to do it. I'm so excited, Dr. Shayna. All of you, you're amazing. New authors. Oh!
So excited.
Birthday. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Give us a hand.
Yes.
Woo, woo, woo. Something else that you can put on your portfolio now, in your bio, on your resume, and own this thing.
Yes.
Because guess what? Author also stands for authority.
Huh.
You have been given the authority to take over.
Yes.
And I'm gonna leave on that note. We ready?
Let's we done plenty here tonight. We done tore up, we done burnt it up, we done built it back up. Listen, we can tow it down, we did all of it. It ain't nothing else to do.
Nothing
We
else.
done all we came here to do. And with that, all we can do is bid these folks a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, family.